Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to another episode of Ball Chat Live on Facebook and YouTube. I am Benton, along with my family. Junior, how are you doing, boss?
I'm here. I don't know if I should say I'm feeling confident or comfortable, but I'm here.
You are here. What's going on? Why are you not feeling confident or comfortable? Junior?
I don't know if it's fool's goal, or if the fan in me wants to cheer, but I'm feeling good.
Oh, so is it a Manchester United? Manchester United had an impressive win today against Watford.
Only at the wheel.
Only at the wheel.
We are not a relegation team. I think we can officially say that now.
All right, so football lovers, welcome to another episode of Ball Chat Podcast. We're live on Facebook, Ball Chat Facebook page, also live on Island Sports Network YouTube page, along with Ball Chat Podcast Facebook page. We always do our ballers and bugs, and we always treat ballers as the impressive players of the week, the bugs being the unimpressive player of the week. Wait, I forgot to mention that Come on is away again this week. Come on, they're foreign, Junior.
They're on vacation. She is killing the vacation game right now.
Come on is away. Why Come on want equal pay for women and away all the time? What is this?
I am not touching that one. I'm not touching that one. Look out for Come On's rant coming up this week. I guarantee and Come On's corner, Benton will be making a special guest appearance. Come on, you heard that. It's not me, it's Benton.
All right, football lovers, let's get to the meat of the matter. As usual, Ball Chat Podcast is centered around reviewing the major news, the week's major news in the world of football, aka soccer. We have a lively, interactive discussion. If you're watching us on any platform, we encourage you to take part in the show. We encourage you to send on your comments or questions. And there is a number that Junior is pointing to that you can also chime in. You can call the number 678-609-3792 and chime in and get your feelings or your thoughts
Actually,
out.
I haven't set it up yet, but that's good.
You know. But football lovers, as usual, we're going to kick the show off with our ballers and bugs. Ballers being the impressive players of the week. Bugs being the unimpressive players of the week. Then we're going to segue to our football roundup. Champions League football took the center stage. Liverpool finally lost the game, Junior.
Are they human?
Liverpool finally lost the
Are
game.
Are they human?
A lot of complaining took place on Wednesday or Tuesday, whenever the game was played at the Wanda Stadium between Atletico Madrid and Liverpool. Mouth-watering matchup coming on the pike again this week in Champions League football. The big bad 5-star general Real Madrid roll out this week. Eden Hazard injured again. Just back, and he injured again, fractured his ankle, so he'll be out. Also, we'll also review the EPL. Liverpool play tomorrow, so the Liverpool fans might be taking a break today. Who will be their ball of the week? Jose Mourinho is also still Jose Mourinho, very upset. We'll discuss some yard ballers news, aka Jamaican football news, where we talk about Darren Mattocks. Darren Mattocks is in a spot of bother. Darren Mattocks, we'll talk about that in more detail in our yard baller segment. And update the football fans on Molynes versus Arnett Garden. The game ended 2-2, but there's since been a change in the score because of irregularities. We'll get to that in our yard baller section.
I'm leaving that to you to talk about.
No Yardie abroad this week. Again, Come On is on vacation. What a lady to take vacation, Virgin.
I'm not touching that one.
I will wrap up our show with preview and prediction segment. All right, so Junior, kick it. Big up yourself, Dalton Stewart. Big up yourself watching us on Island's Ball Chat Facebook page. Junior, let's get to our ballers and bugs this week, because plenty football, plenty games took place this week. A lot of games took place.
Who you want, the baller first?
Let's do the baller first. And if you're watching us on any other platform, send on your ballers and bugs. Lots of games this week, Junior. Who you got as your baller?
I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling Bruno right now.
Bruno Fernandes?
I'm giving it to Bruno Fernandes. And yes, it's a homer pick. I'm giving it to Bruno Fernandes. Just for the homer pick.
Okay.
Because he came on in the midweek in the 1-1 draw against Bruges and completely turned the game around, right? Fine. They didn't win, but it was 1-1. That's cool.
Yeah, okay.
But today was very impressive. Very, very impressive. He's showing what Manchester United missed. Now, fandom aside, I have to give it to Atletico Madrid. They came out and they played against the best team in Europe, the best team in the world, and took the game to them. And yes, they were lucky. Yes, Liverpool were misfiring, but they played with the energy and the hype and the vigor that is needed to beat a team like Liverpool. We saw happen in the return leg. And I have one more baller.
So just to kind of review so far, you're giving it to Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes. That's a homer pick.
And you're going to give it to
Atletico Madrid. The whole Atletico. Everybody. I always big up the roach and the rat in the stands.
Yeah.
Along with the fans. The roach, the rat, the oxygen in the ear. Even coronavirus might be in the ear, but I big it up to Atletico Madrid because everything was in their favor against Liverpool. So big up Atletico Madrid. And one last baller.
Yes, one last baller.
Haaland.
And Erling Haaland.
Yeah. I am super impressed with that guy. Super impressed. And I even said in the game against who they played Wolfsburg.
Yeah, they played
against Wolfsburg yesterday.
And they played PSG in the Champions
League. Not about
PSG.
PSG that side. Your side, but either side. But played against Wolfsburg. Just looking at his demeanor.
So dismissive football.
Yeah, but looking at his demeanor, his stature, it looked like a man amongst boys. Not just talent-wise, but just his whole demeanor, his whole image on the field. So big up Erling Haaland.
Dalton Stewart, big up yourself, family, watching us on Ball Chat Facebook page. El Pistolero, big up yourself, family. Pure Vida, big up yourself, family. Dalton Stewart, Ball of the Week is Haaland again. And El Pistolero Ball of the Week is Erling Haaland and Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta, coach of Arsenal, got a Ball of the Week. Arsenal was impressive, defeated Everton 3-2. Erling Haaland continued to find the back of the net. I saw somewhere where he scored like 40 goals in a short period of time. I cannot exactly remember the time period, but it's really an impressive form, and he does look like a real, truly goal poacher. Dalton Stewart said his ball. Dalton Stewart said, took what to them, Junior? When the score early, I will get to Dalton Stewart is talking about the Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool game, and we'll get to that. Not seeing the video, y'all. Faces video cutting up, so we'll thank you, Pure Vida. We're having an issue on our engineer. What's going on?
I don't know what's going on.
We're having an issue.
That's not on my end.
We're having an issue on our Ball Chat podcast YouTube page. We're having a bit of issue there. Now we're seeing it.
Yeah.
My apologies, football family. We're trying to check it out to see what else is going on. If it's all right, we're seeing that.
No, but go ahead.
And we'll try to address that. My apologies. We're having a bit of the video is freezing issue on our Ball Chat podcast YouTube page. So we'll try to get that sorted out. So continue on with our Ballers and Bug. Football family says, remember, it is 2 legs for the Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid game. The video looks good on Island Sports Network. I don't know why we're having the issue on our Ball Chat podcast YouTube page. If you're actually having trouble on our Ball Chat podcast YouTube page seeing the video, maybe jump onto our Ball Chat podcast Facebook page where you can see more clarity. I'm really apologize for that. All right, so continue on with our Ballers and Bugs. And I will kind of get to my Ball of the Week. My Ball of the Week, football family, is the Reggae Girls, the U20 Reggae Girls. I thought they were absolutely fantastic. They drew with Guatemala 4-4 in a very interesting, a very entertaining game. But what was most impressive for me about the U20 girls' performance, they're competing in the tournament, the CONCACAF U20 Championship, trying to get to the World Cup to be held later on this year in Costa Rica and Panama. And what was most impressive about the Jamaican Reggae Girls U20 team, they went down 3-0 to a very feisty, a very impressive-looking Guatemala outfit. But they were able to come back and tie the game and took the lead and subsequently gave the lead away at the end. But what resilience, what level of commitment. That was an exceptional display by the U20 girls. And we'll get to that in our Yard Baller segment more. But I want to give them a Baller of the Week award. I know resources are limited when it comes to Jamaican football, especially for the latest program. But I was very impressed with the U20 girls and their fight, their commitment. and Marlene Frey, specifically Marlene Frey, for scoring a hat trick. I thought she was absolutely fantastic. My also ball of the week, keeping in line with the Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool Champions League game, I want to give a ball of the week to Lodi, left back for Atletico Madrid. Lodi went toe-to-toe with Mohamed Salah. I thought he put some crosses into the box for Atletico Madrid. Alvaro Morata also looked a bit troubling for Atletico Madrid. But I was very impressed with the Brazilian Lodi and what he showed for Atletico Madrid in that game against Liverpool. All right, those are my ballers of the week. The Reggae Girls U20 team, they drew 4-4 with Guatemala. And Lodi, Atletico Madrid's own Lodi, who was impressive in his matchup against Mohamed Salah, as Atletico Madrid defeated Liverpool 1-0, and now they get ready for the return leg in a few weeks at Anfield. All right, Junior, do you have any honorable mention for ballers?
No, that's it for me.
All right. Dalton Stewart said the video quality is also poor there. That means that we're having some issue. Thank you, football family. Hopefully, let me know if the video is coming through better.
Now we'll put it up the welcome page right now because it's like restream is having a problem. That's not on our end. It's a streaming issue. Well, that's cool.
All right. So keep going. Now let's segue from our ballers to our bugs of the week, Junior.
Yeah.
Who you have as your bug of the week, boss?
Why? No. Earlier this week there was an article that came out. Not an article, but in the French league, right? In the second or third hour or somewhere down in the doldrums.
Yeah.
Right? A player bit another man's penis during a fight.
Oh my God.
And the player is unnamed. Right?
Well,
and thankfully he got a 5-year ban. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
He gets a 5-year ban after biting opponent's penis. Now, all the kids that are out there, I'm sorry I have to use that word, but it is the right word, right?
Yeah.
It's the right way to describe it.
Yeah. The man's
it's his penis.
Bit another man's genitalia.
No, it's his penis, man. Listen.
What
in the world? I have 3 bugs. I'll give it 2 people bugs in that one instance.
Yes.
The biter and the bitten.
Why?
Because the bitten was trying to break up the fight. That's what he was trying. He was trying to be a peacemaker. And what happened to him in trying to be a peacemaker? He get bite.
Stop it, Junior.
I am dead serious.
Stop it.
So the bitten, the biter, bugs of the week. And my real bug that's another bug. The real bug of the week, VAR.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on with VAR?
So is it the technology or the people who are interpreting?
Well, it's technology like the streaming issue that we're having right now is the same problem with VAR. Yo, the biter, the bitten, and VAR. The vampire, the bitten. You know, I saw an article when I was trying to find the name of the player who did it, and sad to say, I had to go in my Google and search penis bite, and guess what I saw? A woman. It's on actual news network.
Yeah.
A woman during
the
act of relations.
Yeah.
With her husband.
Yes.
Accidentally bit the man, and he started to rot off. And I'm thinking to myself, the brother is trying to break up a fight and could possibly be castrated. The 2 of you guys are bugs at VAR.
Yeah, it's a Junior's. All right, let me try to do a recap of Junior's bug of the week. The player in the French or second or third tier division who bit the player on his genitalia.
Yeah.
The player. What is this world coming to, Junior?
I have no idea.
No idea. And of course, VAR, the technology for being misused, or the interpretation of the rules. What's the bug for you with VAR?
The people that are, we'll talk about
talk about that. So, but VAR in general is frustrating football fans. Some football fans. All right, let me try to hit some of the comments here.
And big up Fabio Frano. He's saying I'm going to give Arteta my ball along with Haaland. I think that is El Pistolero.
Yeah, I think that's also his El Pistolero. Yeah. El Pistolero also believes that Southampton deserves a mention too. Southampton deserves a mention regarding Ball of the Week. Southampton defeated Aston Villa 2-0. Jason Frame says, "Hail up Ball Chat family out on the road, go on doing a thing. Arsenal Ball of the Week." Rolling Jason Frame. Arsenal was absolutely impressive, Junior. And don't smirk up your face because they were impressive. They defeated Everton 3-2.
Too bad the cash show the pictures.
And Pierre Vida said, "No, they were horrible in the first half and the fourth goal conceded was poor and cost us the win." I don't know in relations what
I think he's talking about no. It must be the Jamaican.
Oh, so that's regarding the Jamaican team, and we'll get to that.
But also, Pure Vida said that his bug of the week is Portmore United for losing 2-1 in the CONCACAF Champions League. They conceded a goal in the 90+5 and the 90+8. We are going to talk about that.
Absolutely correct, Pure Vida. They choked away that game, and Coach Bibi Gardner had the audacity to say the referee gave too much extra time, too much overtime.
Thanks for reminding me too. Another bug, real quick. You give your bug yet?
No, I haven't. Go ahead.
Another bug.
Go ahead.
The most expensive defender at Manchester United.
Harry Maguire?
You should have gotten a red card.
Yes, Harry Maguire should have gotten a red card.
And that's not the reason I'm giving him the bug.
Oh, yeah, but why?
His comments after the damn game. Yeah. I stretched out my leg to protect myself. Slap yourself.
Yes, Harry Maguire Jr. has adjusted his bugs for the week. Harry Maguire should have gotten a bug of the week in the game, a red card in the Chelsea game. He actually, Junior, you on this thing about penis and genitalia today and groin. Harry, first, one of your bug is about a guy bitten a player's genitalia. And now the Harry Maguire incident is centered around Harry Maguire launching his foot into the groin of Batshuayi. And then Harry Maguire's comments afterwards, he was using his studs and his foot to perch up Mr. Batshuayi from falling onto him. What kind of foolishness is that? All right. Dalton Stewart said, also his bug is clueless Maureen, as in Jose Mourinho, and the excuses started, Junior.
That's harsh.
The excuses started. Jose Mourinho and Chelsea and Spurs lost to Chelsea 2-1. But Jose Mourinho, prior to the game, said that in the presser on Friday, said, quote, "The last time Spurs won a game without Son and Harry Kane was in 2014.
Prior to the match.
Prior to the match,
yeah.
And El Pistolero said his bug of the week is also VAR. Technology are the referees interpreting the rules around the VAR, El Pistolero.
Big question.
And Dalton Stewart also said his bug of the week is Real Madrid. Real Madrid lost to Levante, 1-0. All right, my bug of the week, as we continue our Ballers and Bugs segment, Ballers being the most impressive players and Bugs being the unimpressive players of the week. My bug of the week is La Liga and La Liga Association, La Liga's president Javier Tebas, and this stupid, idiotic rule. And let me try to explain this rule a little bit. La Liga has introduced this rule where if a team striker get injured and the player cannot return for the season, then that team subsequently can go out and sign another player in the same league. All right, it's like an emergency sort of situation. Enter Barcelona. Barcelona lost Ousmane Dembele for the rest of the campaign, and they also have Luis Suarez, who's out injured. But Barcelona decided to sign Martin Braithwaite of Leganés.
I guess it sounds like a cricketer.
Yes, he sounds like a cricketer. Martin Braithwaite of Leganés, they had a 20 million pound or 18 million pound release clause on him at Leganés. Barcelona activated the release clause. The player wanted to go, and that's good and fine. That's the problem I have with the rule is that now Leganés petitioned the league to actually be able to sign a replacement player, and this idiotic league refused. Leganés is sitting in the relegation zone. They have taken the Danish striker, Barcelona being greedy and definitely about themselves, took Martin Braithwaite, and now he's there. And so good for Martin Braithwaite. He's now a Barcelona player. but Leganes should have gotten the similar advantage in the ability to actually get a player. And that is why La Liga is the bug of the week for me. The association, and they will have to modify this rule because it's not fair that Leganes should lose this player now and cannot sign another player in this short time of span.
That was foolishness.
That's foolishness. All right, and another bug of the week for me is all the parasites that have ruined and destroyed Ajax. Whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Juventus, whether it's who else? Who else ran in? Who else? Barcelona. Whether it's Ajax, Van der Sar and company who run the football operation at Ajax. Ajax is almost out of the Europa League. The Europa League. They're wobbling. They lost to Getafe. Ryan Babel is playing striker for Ajax now. Ryan Babel. 90 years old Ryan Babel. After the
No, he's 93.
After the pillaging occurred, after Ajax made it to the Champions League finals last year, the parasites ran in. And this is one of the things that's really disgusts me about the sports. The parasites ran in and definitely just peeled off all the talent from the squad. Chelsea signed Ziyech, and he'll be joining them in the summer. So now Ajax is going to be even worse. So those are my bugs of the week. And I honorably also mentioned bug of the week.
Well, they can buy Matic if they want.
Oh, come on. Waste of time. All right. An honorable mention also in the same game with Getafe and Ajax. Nyong is a player right back for Getafe. He got fouled by Ryan Babel. He started to roll around. And Ryan Babel himself also threw himself to the ground, mimicking Nyong, and started rolling around and laughing. And both of them got a yellow card for the stupid antics. All right, now to Football Roundup, Junior. And Football Family, we'll put up our banner up. The video is acting up, so we'll just have our audio. Hopefully, if you're not hearing us, just let us know. It seems like there's an issue with Restream in terms of getting the video out to you guys. All right, now to Football Roundup. Champions League, aka Champion Football.
Yeah.
Let's get to the big game. The feature matchup was Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool, the defending champions. Liverpool went into the Wanda. They came away, they lost 1-0. Your thoughts? Alvaro Morata missed a couple of big chances at the end there.
And he's going to rule those.
And he's going to rule. So your thoughts? Was it what Atletico Madrid did or what Liverpool didn't do?
I think that game all hinged on that first, 5 minutes? When Atletico scored?
So they scored pretty early. Saul Niguez scored in the fourth minute of action.
So after that goal scored, the game is almost like Atletico Madrid had Liverpool exactly where they wanted. And the vibe I get, especially when Klopp took off money, and the stupid excuse that, and all Liverpool fans don't get offended. I am actually bigging you guys up right now. I honestly think Klopp threw in the towel at halftime and said, you know what? They are not going to score any more on us unless they get lucky.
Okay.
Let's try to score equal, but we know we're going to beat them by at least 2 goals in the next leg.
Okay.
So, let me shut it down. I honestly got that vibe. I got that vibe from Klopp because he took off money and put on who?
He took off money and put on Ox later on in the game.
But then he said that because he didn't want to get a red card.
Yeah, because
so
one of the issues that he expressed, and there seems to be some bad blood in this game. Big up yourself, Dalton says, but Ajax is always a selling club, and this is why the parasites run in regarding my bug of it. And Atletico defended excellently. Yes, they defended excellently. But he said that regarding Klopp and Sadio Mane, he was concerned about Atletico Madrid inducing a red card and suspension on him. I mean, he picked up a yellow card. Of course, Mane is a diver. We don't know. Mm-hmm. And you have Atletico Madrid players who are also divers. So there is that idea of diving on both sides. So, good decision?
I think it was a good decision, Origi. Yes, thank you, Dalton, Origi. I think it was a good decision because Klopp is playing the long game. Mm-hmm. Fine, whatever. I think he saw at halftime, we are just simply not going to break this team down right now. They are playing. They're playing with the world behind them in that stadium.
Yeah, played very deep,
very deep, and very good. And they were cutting off the channels. There were even times when the defenders and the midfielders were interchanging spaces and taking over those channels where Salah and Mane like to run in. Firmino was trying to come back to collect the ball as a false nine, and it looked to me like when he collected the ball and looked up, like, oh my God, there's 10 players in front of me. So to me, it was just like, for me, and no disrespect Liverpool fans, I'm actually bigging you guys up. I think Klopp said, you know what, you guys got a lucky goal early, we'll get you the next leg. I honestly feel that way. Henderson should have scored. Henderson got some goals to score and didn't score. And I really think Morata is going to rule those missed chances that he had, because I think Liverpool is going to run them off the field.
In the second leg.
But look out for João Felix.
Yeah, so João Felix is back. He scored a goal. And Diego Costa got on the field later on in that game.
And he looked terrifying too.
He looked like he's...
he looked like he was up for the game and wanted to play. So that second leg, that away goal that they can possibly get could be the only thing that would push Liverpool back. But in reality, for me, it's nothing... Honestly, for me, there's nothing big to dissect in that game. One team got a lucky goal and they know how to defend. Early goal, know how to defend. And they said, look, that's it.
So the game is evenly poised. And big up yourself, Coffee Pal, watching us on Ball Chat Podcast, Facebook page. Blessings. Dalton Stewart says, you're right, Junior. He says Salah should have scored 2. Definitely Salah should have scored 2. Could have used one of those vital away goals in that tie. But ultimately, this tie is evenly poised going back to Anfield.
I would even make the argument that Liverpool has the advantage.
Yeah, they have them where they want them.
Yes, theoretically. I would admit if all things remain equal.
But I want to remind Liverpool fans, and I've seen this comment in some spaces, that Liverpool, we should remember what happened to the last La Liga team that entered Anfield, and that was the game against Barcelona last year where they tore Barcelona apart. This is a totally different sort of art system. Atletico Madrid lives and dies by defending first and then playing you on the counter-attack. And so this idea of thinking that we're going to rip Atletico Madrid apart like we did Barcelona is probably a little bit far-fetched, I think.
I think it is too, but just... If Liverpool is the team that we think they are, they should not have any problems beating Atletico Madrid at home.
You think so?
No. Okay. The only problem is that away goal. If you give up that away goal, that counts as 2 goals.
Okay.
So that's the only thing to me. But if they just keep their heads and their wits about them, and probably man-mark João Felix.
Now, before we move on to other roundup, other games in Champions League this week, Junior, Virgil van Dijk looked a bit unusual in some of his decision making. I looked a bit off in some of his decision making. He was wild and some of hacking of the ball out, un-Virgil-like, so to speak. This is against Alvaro Morata. I was a bit surprised.
I wasn't.
You wasn't?
I think they were caught in an unusual position as well. Being down 1-0.
So
when was the last time I was Liverpool? So it's almost like, because a lot of people out there, I know some people will agree with this, that you don't want to try to win the game in the next kick. You don't want to try to win the game in the next duel. You don't want to try to overwrite the ranks in the next duel. And I think Virgil was struggling with that, along with a lot of the other players. I think Mane was struggling. I think Salah was struggling with that.
Yeah,
I'm in an unusual space. I'm in an unusual feeling. Klopp is shouting at me right now, and I've never heard him shout at me like this for the last 6 months. Where's this coming from? How can I fix this? Yeah. And I think they got rocked back, which is why Morata got those chances.
Yeah,
and I must say it again, he should have scored.
Should have scored.
Because they're going to be galvanized. Yeah. I mean, come on, guys. When they come out of the stadium, in a fortnight.
Yeah.
And you hear "You Never Walk Alone" singing in the crowd. You are going to feel comfortable as a Liverpool player. You're going to go out there and score 4 goals.
Yeah, but I will say, and we'll preview that game as we get closer, but this is Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
And the team with big balls, according to the coach, Diego Simeone.
And there's a stat out there. Simeone has not lost
To
a
it.
Champions League game
Yeah.
in the knockout round that has not been captain by Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo is not involved. Yeah.
That
All
was-
right. Coffee Paul said Anfield is a nightmare for Spain. Dalton Stewart said an early goal will set the pace. Big up yourself, Geraldo Haynes. 50-50 tie. Atletico will welcome Liverpool push for a goal because of the counter-attack. Pool will be forced to be creative in the middle of the park and break them down. I agree. I mean, it will be... Pierre Vida says Liverpool will draw at Anfield. Okay, Liverpool game will draw at Anfield. It's an interesting tie, and we'll see what transpires over the next few days, the coming week or so, because there's a lot of things can happen between now and then. But it's an evenly poised match. I am very eager to see both teams on the field at their best. Jordan Henderson picked up a knock. Let's see if he will be out for this matchup. I was very impressed with Thomas Partey putting that minutes in the middle of the park for Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid have gone from Gabi Fernandez being at the base in that midfield, Thomas Partey, and those pit bulls in the midfield, and they do have some players who are really hard workers in that part. So, all right, segueing from Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid to another game, Dortmund versus PSG, Junior, and I am very, very disappointed in PSG.
Hey, your side.
I'm very disappointed in PSG. Dortmund defeated PSG 2-1. But one thing I did saw about Dortmund, I think the picking up or signing of Emre Can, putting him beside Axel Witsel in that midfield, has been a huge kind of settling of the sheep, so to speak. He's really calmed the nerves with Axel Witsel. And then the runners, the Jadon Sancho on the right, the Hakimi on the left, they can all go at it and run at this PSG. But surely PSG's got to turn this thing over in a fortnight or so, right, Junior?
Define surely.
Surely they have to. PSG cannot get eliminated from here. This is the big money PSG team.
All right, so let me ask you this.
And they have an away goal at...
that's where I was going now. Knowing what we know now
yes.
of Erling Haaland, if you were to bet, what are the odds on that what are the odds that he's going to wither in the French light?
He's not going to wither.
What are the odds that he's going to score?
He's going to score.
Right? So we are now in a place where PSG has to score 2+ goals. Correct?
Yes.
We've seen PSG in this position before. Playing against a far inferior team in Manchester United and lost. Correct?
That was last year's PSG. This year's PSG is supposed to be better.
Show me where they
picked up Marcado Icardi, who's supposed to be a lethal striker.
So he's going to start over Cavani.
Yeah, of course. Icardi should start in front of Cavani. Okay. I mean, at least he should have a higher conversion rate than Cavani.
Neymar missed his first carnival in 6 years.
Now, the thing that concerned me more about this PSG outfit is the comments by Neymar afterwards.
Okay, yes. I was waiting to drop those bombs, but go ahead.
Yeah, Neymar, to paraphrase, said that, management held him out for the last few weeks, and he thought that, he could have played. And people would have to ask management why they held him out. And this is not, it's just from one thing to another with this PSG outfit.
You think they're going to beat Dortmund? A Dortmund that is very comfortable. Dortmund that beat PSG, and the Dortmund of old would have lost to Wolfsburg yesterday. You are saying that PSG is going to overturn that Dortmund defeat.
I believe in PSG. I want to believe in them. But we'll predict that as we get closer to the game. Okay. But it was a very good matchup. Dalton Stewart said Haaland is a beast. Sancho had them weak. And yes, Jadon Sancho was absolutely magnificent. Dalton said Emre Can had a good game. Very good player at the base of that midfield with Axel Witsel. Continue our Champions League roundup, Junior. Spurs versus RB Leipzig. Another matchup in Champions League. RB Leipzig won the game 1-0, but they could have given Spurs like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Is it over for Spurs?
Of course it's over. It's done.
Yeah.
I was shocked watching the game, and I had to think I even said to myself, Jose must have something up his sleeve when they go back to England.
Are we expecting too much of Jose Mourinho here? And we'll segue to our EPL roundup and get to the Chelsea versus Spurs games a little bit. Is Jose Mourinho lost his touch?
No, he hasn't. No.
What makes you think he hasn't?
Because Tottenham is toothless. They have no bite in attack.
Okay.
They have no strike. They have no strikers. And this falls squarely at the feet of the ownership and the sporting director. How the hell you don't have somebody to take over for Harry Kane? Just in case.
Goffy Paul says Dortmund's on fire. Pure Vida said Neymar got a red card today. And remember, March is coming. Only thing on Neymar's mind is sister birthday. Sister birthday time. That is true. But Junior, one of the things, and we saw this with the RB Leipzig game, and we saw it with Spurs also. One of the things that Jose Mourinho, his hallmark is defense. Build from the back out. We saw with a lot of his teams in the past is that defensively they're usually solid. But RB Leipzig, Spurs doesn't have any injuries defensively. They don't have any injuries at the base of their midfield. They've lost Christian Eriksen out of the midfield, who was, year there. But what I saw with RB Leipzig in that game, RB Leipzig just ran through them like knife through butter.
We all played football already, right?
Yeah.
And we've played in an organized environment. And
yeah.
If anybody from Jamaica or the Caribbean, we have a very popular workout when we're playing football or soccer, during training. Mm-hmm. We call it defense versus attack. Mm-hmm. And we only have defenders playing against the attackers, and you cannot pass half line as the defense, right?
Yeah.
The attackers would score 10, 12, 14 goals on us, and coaches said, good job, defenders, you guys are working hard. That's what happened with Tottenham. They have no attack. You will just attack versus defense. So you generally are, understandably, they are going to run through you. What happened to Tottenham is what could have happened to Atletico Madrid if they hadn't scored that early goal.
Okay.
And that's the difference.
Okay.
Tottenham didn't score the early goal. They had nothing to defend. So the players are sitting there like, we're defending what? What exactly are we defending?
And we don't know if Tottenham can really defend. That's the big thing.
They have not defended. Jose went from a back 3 to a back 4 to a back 5 to a back 6.
You could probably play a back 20 and
still lose.
And
So I cannot say Jose has lost. I think Jose has, for me, Jose has still shown that Tottenham is playing different now than they were under Pochettino earlier this year, right? Yeah. And it's not, the Tottenham today is worse than the Tottenham at the start of the season.
I think we have to look at this. We really have to assess this. I mean, Dalton still said, I was wondering if RB Leipzig was the home team. They walked them off the park in the first half, and it was absolutely right. I mean, Tottenham in this fancy stadium was getting the brakes run off of them by RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig, third or second in Bundesliga? Kofi Powell says Holland, as in Erling Haaland, is from a different place, Ballville. Junior, before we segue from Champions League roundup, just a final score: Atalanta versus Valencia. Atalanta defeated Valencia 4-1, and it seems like they've kind of run amok and so forth. But segueing to EPL and continue the Spurs discussion. The big side, Liverpool, will play tomorrow against Soft Soap West Ham. That's in the relegation battle. But the big matchup of the EPL was Spurs versus Chelsea. A feisty-looking Chelsea that, lost on Monday. They lost Monday night to Everton, to Manchester United 2-0, with some questionable call. But what we saw from Chelsea was a feisty outfit. They defeated the Spurs outfit. I mean, Junior, Jose Mourinho and Spurs look soft. And all these teams that are in the EPL that are supposedly celebrating are trying to get to this 5th spot for Champions League, pending that this Manchester City suspension is upheld. What a bangarang. What a piece of joke if the Manchester City suspension is overturned and this 5th spot does not make it the Champions League after all. But
it wouldn't be a joke. I think it would be poetic justice, because whoever comes 5th in England does not deserve to play in the Champions League anyway, unless they invest a lot of money, right? So,
Yeah. But to get to the Chelsea versus Big up yourself. Come on, Lee. Some people on vacation. Come on, shouldn't you be at work? And come on, says Jose. Oh, Chelsea got lucky. And for football lovers watching us on Ball Chat Podcast, YouTube page, or any one of our platforms, we're having some trouble with Restream. So henceforth, this is why you're not seeing the video. You're hearing the audio, and hopefully the audio is crystal clear. But Junior, Chelsea, harass, rush, push that Spurs outfit. I mean, it wasn't even close in terms of matchup. I mean, the hunger that was demonstrated by this Chelsea team. This is a young Chelsea team.
I think Giroud's mentality was what drove Chelsea over the top. I really think if Giroud was a sulking guy that I should have already been playing, have that attitude, I think Jose could have parked the bus and win. But I think Giroud, the only difference to me between Chelsea and Tottenham on the day was Chelsea players led by Giroud seemed to want the ball more in spaces. That was the only difference. We sit down and talk about what my boy did, the midfielder from Tottenham.
Chelsea?
No, the Roxy one. The guy that they just bought him this.
Ndombele? Yeah, Ndombele.
Look at how Ndombele played in that midfield.
Yeah.
Chelsea had no Kante.
Yeah.
We sit down the whole of last year and joke about Jorginho.
Yeah.
And Jorginho looked like a defensive Tegereg against Tottenham. Why?
Yeah. But so Ndombele has the talent and the skill set to be a player, a baller potentially. The issue with Ndombele, and Jose Mourinho alluded to some of this in press, is that he's having trouble staying fit. And Ndombele doesn't seem to have the pace, or will have the pace to keep up with the rate and the rush. Because people look like a baller if you're not being pressured.
Right.
If you find space, you look like a baller. We will really evaluate real ballers when you're getting harassed, getting kicked, and you can still maintain your pivot and find your passes. And for Ndombele, the jury's still out on that. But he definitely looks like a talent. What I was surprised by what I saw with Spurs is that this incompetence and inefficiency in terms of defensively, they were garbage. Giovanni Chelsea looked good. Bergeron looked good. But other than that, Spurs was just like, Jose Mourinho is getting $15 million, £50 million a year to solve these issues. Pochettino got what, 9 to 12 million pounds. They hired a bigger coach, and he's not solving this issue with this Spurs outfit.
But are we expecting him to solve it overnight? An issue that Pochettino has not solved for the last 3 to 4 or 5 years?
All right, good point. Dalton Stewart said Chelsea showed that Cole Spurs is a mediocre team. Mourinho have absolutely no tactics. I agree with Dalton. Come on, Lee, big up yourself, family. Says Chelsea was lucky. If Spurs had Kane and a firing line, we would have lost. We need to fix the front line. I think Giroud would said, let's play me there. Come on, play me. Come on, Lee says young team. Yeah, Chelsea is somewhat of a young team, isn't it? At least going forward. Mason Mount. And come on, Lee says, hold up, stop it. Jorginho is an ordinary versus good team. Spurs were and will forever be bug side unless they buy players. Benton, we are talking about Spurs. Spurs are mediocre. So fair enough, come on, Spurs can be mediocre, but do you have a high-end fancy coach that you're paying $15 million to improve this mediocre side, and it's not translating? So fire the coach.
Odean Viklan on Island Sports said that Dortmund needs strengthened defense because going forward they are great and attacking line is very young. Just need to spend cash, get in defenders. Dwight Spence says, any thoughts on Cavalier teenager Dwayne Atkinson?
We'll talk about Dwayne when we get to our yard baller segment, but he looks like he has potential. We'll talk about Jamaican football in our yard baller segment, but we don't want to hype ballers yet too early. Don't want to hype them yet too early. All right, quickly as we're pushing up against the clock, and we want to get to some other major news and some other games coming down the pipe. But, Liverpool, champions of England, how many will they give West Ham tomorrow, Junior? 10, 5, 2, 3, 6, 4,
The Ball Chat hosting me is going to watch this game with very curious eyes because we know what West Ham want to do. We know what Moyes want to do. I don't think Moyes cares about even trying to win that game tomorrow. He knows he's going to lose. It's just a matter of damage control. Can we get 2 love or 3 love? But let's not go over 3. I think Liverpool need to send a clear message, not only to England, but to the whole world.
Yes.
That what happened midweek is an aberration.
Yes.
It's not reality.
They're going to beat the brakes off West Ham.
They should want to beat the brakes off West Ham. My question now is, what if they try to beat the brakes? I cannot beat the brakes off West Ham.
This is still
because they have been misfiring. I said it last week. Liverpool has been misfiring. They have to send a clear message to the league and the world.
Yes.
I think the pressure is on them tomorrow. They have to win and win convincingly.
Yeah, send for the sacrificial lamb.
My expectation is that.
I mean,
West
West Ham is in the relegation zone, the champions of England and champions of the world for that matter until they're dethroned. Liverpool should beat the brakes off West Ham. David Moyes and West Ham, prepare yourself to probably get pulled back into the relegation zone. Pierre Vida says that Chelsea bench won the game against Spurs. Chelsea is a bug side and they have a miserable coach. After the game, Jose Mourinho said, he benched Dele Alli also in that game. Dele Alli has not been performing well. After the game, he said that you guys going to keep hearing the same thing over and over from me. I thank my players. They did well, but we don't have a forward. So,
which is true.
What full of excuses, Jose Mourinho.
But is he lying?
Listen, man, it's not lying.
And here's what Odian says. Players, some of them is not good enough that play in Spurs team. Pure Vida, Liverpool picks up an injury tomorrow. Pure Vida. Sound like you're working something for Obia there. Yeah. Odian says, I'm a Liverpool fan. We're going to beat them 3-0.
Yeah, they should beat the brakes off West Ham. They should get right tomorrow against West Ham. All right, continuing our football roundup quickly in La Liga, and we're going to get ready to preview our Champions League games coming down the pike. Junior, the big shock in La Liga was Levante upsetting Real Madrid. But other than that, Real Madrid now is second in the table. Eden Hazard picked up another injury. He just returned last week from an injury, and he's going to be out of this game in the Champions League. He picked up a fractured ankle, air quotes, broken ankle in some parts. Is it because he's carrying too much weight, Junior?
I was just about to say the man need to lose some weight. Come on, big up yourself. And again, all the listeners out there, every week we have our video, but this week, Restream, which just annoyed the hell out of me right now. Restream just sent, congratulations, you've reached 100 messages today with Restream chat, which just pisses me off, but that's all right. But Come On sent out, so that's why you're seeing a picture and not the video. But Come On sent a picture of one Mr. Kyle Butler.
Yes.
Months back.
Yeah.
Right? And Kyle Butler looked like a Sunday League baller with the weight on him. When I look at Hazard, and the camera pan to Hazard, I'm like, I never know Kyle Butler play for Real Madrid. Oh no, this is Eden Hazard.
No, stop it.
Listen to me.
Get healthy, Eden. Get healthy.
Listen to me. Conte is looking from Inter Milan and looking and said, this is the reason why I had an issue with you. You eat too damn much.
Eden hasn't picked up an injury, and he'll be out for a few weeks. Just got back. He will be absent from the Man City versus Real Madrid game coming down the pike.
Benton and all the football family out there, I'm sorry, but I have to say this: if the man looked like him put on weight and he just broke his ankle, he's going to be sitting on the chair for the next month and a half. What do you think is going to happen? He has a bunch of money. You have Uber Eats. It's about to get hot outside. He's going to be in a wheelchair eating arroz con pollo for the next month. Yo.
Come On says excuses are facts. Yo, when Benton hates somebody, him hates somebody, I'm sorry, Come On. We're not talking bad about Jose Mourinho and Chelsea anymore. But the side is mediocre. I agree. Come On says Shaw Coutinho got beaten at his near... Our Courtois got beaten at his near post. He need a new job. Is that regarding to Levante's? It's not Coutinho. Come on, it's not Courtois.
Courtois,
yeah. Come on, Courtois. Come on, stay away from the vacation, please. And Come On says Hazard lost a lot of weight, so he's heading in the right direction.
He's heading right back in the opposite direction.
He needs to fire his chef.
He cannot sit. Come on, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to sit on a treadmill with your wheelchair and roll and lose weight.
Are you concerned about Real Madrid going to this game against Man City?
I'm not concerned.
All right, we'll get to that. Real Madrid.
And I told you this already. I think VAR is going to cheat for Man City, and UEFA wants nothing more than to just get rid of Man City.
All right, no, we'll get to that in our Champions League in a little bit. In Syria, a few games got canceled or postponed because of the coronavirus issue. So Inter Milan did not play 4 games in a certain region were postponed because of coronavirus. A few deaths from coronavirus in that area. But Juventus won. They still continue to lead. Lazio, the team that you were your bug of the week last week, Junior, also won, and they continue to squeeze Lazio, squeeze Juventus in terms of the run-in. Junior, for Inter Milan, this game being postponed, they have Europa League game coming up. I mean, it's going to be hard for Conte juggling all these games now, depending on when they get back to actually start playing games. There's no official yet from the ministry in Italy when games will be allowed in this region, but because of the coronavirus scared, again, they postponed these games. It shouldn't be a problem for Conte, or he's just try to just work with it.
They just bought a whole new squad.
They just signed.
Yeah, you don't like to buy them, but they just signed a whole new squad. They will be okay. And
Come said you love conspiracy, Junior. All right, back to Champions League. We're gonna preview and set up a couple Champions League games coming down the pike. Big bad Chelsea versus Bayern Munich. This game is on Tuesday at Stamford Bridge. The wobbly Stamford Bridge, or what was wobbly Stamford Bridge after they lost to Manchester United.
They burned, no.
No, but I mean, Bayern Munich riding into town. Junior, how you see this one shaking out?
I think Chelsea and Bayern Munich are mirror images of each other. I don't know which team is going to show up. I really don't. If Bayern Munich shows up at their best, they can destroy Chelsea. If Chelsea shows up at their best, they can destroy Bayern Munich. I don't know who's going to show up. I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Will Tammy Abraham start, or will they play Giroud? That's number 1.
I think he will go with Tammy Abraham.
And what about Kante? What is his situation?
N'Golo Kante is still injured.
So he won't be playing.
I'm not sure if he will be available for this game.
Who's going to run Gnabry?
I don't know. I mean, Barkley looked good.
Barkley is an attacking, wayward midfielder. Barkley is a white version of Lingard to me.
Okay. All right, back to Chelsea versus Bayern Munich.
Honestly, to be honest, I'm not sure. I think I can't separate the coaches at not Podolski. What name?
Flick, the coach of or Lewandowski.
Lewandowski
for Bayern Munich forward.
Rudiger versus Lewandowski. How is that going to? I don't know. It's so finely point. Will Jorginho be able to dominate that midfield?
Thiago Alcantara
He's going to destroy.
And Tolisso in that midfield for Bayern Munich.
I can see Tammy Abraham giving problems, but I think Giroud should start.
So on paper, Bayern Munich should be the favorite.
Should be the favorite. But which Bayern Munich shows up? Is it the 7 of Tottenham Bayern Munich?
I don't know.
If that Bayern Munich show up.
Come on, Lee says 5-2 Bayern. What is Junior smoking? Pure Vida says 2-0 Bayern over Chelsea. Come on, it says Chelsea no have the tools. All when Giroud are played. Tammy over Giroud is not something I like. Jorginho, I go chase down Gnabry.
Okay. Pure Vida said Hazard is the biggest flop of the season. Odean says we're going to beat Atletico. That's talking about Liverpool. Odean also said Hazard cannot discover his form. Once players started pick up injury, after that, mean them going downhill. Odean also said no players I respect like Messi and Ronaldo because they are way older than these players, but yet still they stay on top of world football for 15 years without picking up costly injury. Odean also says
yes, they take care of themselves.
Bayern will beat them.
Yes.
4-1.
Bayern Munich should beat the brakes off. Coutinho, does Filippo Coutinho play in this game?
Why not?
Does he start? Dalton Stewart said Coutinho coming on as a sub to score. Because they've gone with Leon Goretzka sometimes, Hansi Flick. David Alba has moved into the into the defensive setup. Alphonso Davies, Coutinho is on the bench on some of these games. I mean, does Coutinho start? That's the question.
I think he needs to start.
I think because some games he's been warming the bench. Yeah,
but this isn't Tottenham going up against. No, this is Chelsea. You're going up against Rudiger.
Yeah.
You need somebody that can pick the locks, that has the experience.
So this is a potentially big moment for young Mr. Reece. Reece James.
Reece James.
Reece James looking forward to see how he goes against the wide players of Bayern Munich. So that game is on Tuesday at 3 p.m.
But he's going up against Alonso, right? Reece James, I killed that one. Come on, your side are dead.
All right, on Tuesday, Napoli versus Barcelona. Barcelona is coming off a big victory over little idiot Ibar. Messi scored 4 goals. The question I have, and let me try to get through some of these comments. Come on, Lee says, Junior, a sniff glue. Dalton Stewart says, Coutinho coming on as a sub to score. Come on says, back to Chelsea for Hazard. And this is a game that Coutinho should dominate versus Chelsea, and Rudiger is shaky.
And Odeon says that Bayern weakness is defense.
Yes,
once them fix it, they can win UCL. Odeon also said Giroud should start, and Gnabry will rip Chelsea once Coutinho start. He will score.
Yeah, Bayern Munich issue at the back is that they're slow. You know, they've moved David Alva into that centre-back position along with Jerome Boateng. They've kept Alphonso Davies on the left side to help to deal with some of that speed. Come on, said Messi is the GOAT. So
I am sniffing glue. Come on.
So now let's back to the Napoli versus Barca game. This is at Napoli. Junior, how you see this one shaking out?
I have no idea. I know which Barcelona, sure.
The problem, the one thing I have, and I know we're pushing up against the clock, one thing that annoys me about Barcelona, and I have been on record with many things that annoys me about Barcelona of late. I don't understand how Barcelona have a 3-0 lead at halftime. Messi scored a hat-trick. Why is Messi playing so many minutes in a meaningless, already won game? The team is heavily Messi dependent. Without Messi, this team is not going to go anywhere. He scored a bag of goals already. The game is over. Ibar is the bug side. Take him off the field. Is it that you have a game coming up against Napoli? You have El Clasico next weekend. Why is Messi playing so many minutes?
So who you want to take Messi off the field?
The coach.
Who, Messi? Come on. Messi does what Messi wants. And Messi gets what he wants.
Well, and that's a problem. And that's a problem. Quique Setién and whosoever is running Barcelona need to put their foot down, because we're trying to, well, not we. Barcelona is trying to win trophies. And so they should get off the, take him off the field.
And Dwight, keep it locked. We're coming up to the Yard Baller segment. Dwight has a question that, come on, you're listening right now. All the people that are listening on Facebook and YouTube, you guys answer this question, and we're coming up to the Yard Baller segment momentarily. Can Mount Pleasant win the RSPL?
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
Okay.
And give us the answers.
Okay, do it. Okay. All right, come on, Lee says, Benton, we don't care about your feelings regarding Barca. You are anti-Messi. You see all these years I've worn this little man jersey.
You're anti-Messi. That means you're neat.
All right. Junior, Lyon versus Juventus is the other big game coming down the pike in Champions League. I mean, Lyon should get the brakes beat off of them, right?
Without a doubt.
At Lyon. And then in the big game, big money football, champion football, a.k.a. Champions League, Real Madrid, 5-star general team versus Man City, newly suspended team.
You said champion football. If this is champion football, this is equivalent to having a champagne bottle and you open, leave it on the counter for like 3 months, and you shake it up, and you come back 2 months later and want to drink it and say it's fine wine. Stop your foolishness.
Oh, come on. All right, so Real Madrid hosts Man City. Raheem Sterling should be back for this game. Raheem Sterling was on record. We did an interview this week with AS, local Madrid press. Raheem Sterling seemed to have a lot of praises for what's going on at Madrid and the brass.
He even took a picture with the shirt.
He even took a picture with the
We
Madrid.
don't know when that shirt was taken. We don't know when that picture was taken, but he has a picture with the shirt. What the hell is wrong with the Raheem
How
Sterling?
do you see this one shaking out Real Madrid versus Man City? You know, Man City, according to many experts in this space, that Man City needs a trophy. They must beat Real Madrid to get to that elusive trophy for Pep Guardiola in the last few years.
I honestly was thinking that Man City was going to be motivated and want to win.
Mm-hmm.
But the last game, who did they play against? West Ham.
No, the last game?
Yeah.
Leicester City.
Leicester City.
They played
No,
Leicester.
no, it wasn't Leicester then. What was the game before that? West Ham.
Yeah.
In the West Ham game, I think it was West Ham.
Yeah, they played in a midweek game against West Ham.
One of the games,
Yeah.
I saw my little Brazilian crazy defender. Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on him?
A Man City
defender.
A Man City defender. So
Wild. Anyway,
it's Argentinian. Otamendi.
I saw Otamendi run at a ball at the wing
Yeah.
and completely miss. He read the ball and completely miss. And when he missed, Fernandinho turned and held his head down and ran his hardest. I'm going to tell you something. When I see that miss, I think to myself, Gareth Bale. Yo, Man City dead this week. Real Madrid going to kill that.
And football fans, just for the record, Joseph, you were just joining us. Junior, aka my brother, is a Manchester United fan, so you have to balance his statement about Man City being dead like dog, knowing that he's a Manchester United fan. I mean, getting through these comments here. Come on, Lee said Napoli. I got pressure on my side. It's gonna be tied 2-1 Barca. Come on, Lee says. Now Dalton Stewart says, Benton, you remember the last time they rest Messi in the Champions League? They picked up 4 at Anfield, i.e. Barcelona from. Geraldo Haynes says the 5 where Ibar get is the small pick. Barca, I get the thing to get together with big coach. Geraldo Haynes says Laporte is back. City are play with a chip on their shoulder. Madrid dead. KD, and Sergio Aguero, the same Sergio Aguero that missed a penalty yesterday against Leicester City. No, but this game could go either way, to be honest with you.
It cannot go either way.
It could go either way.
Casemiro is going to die. For number one, Man City will not have 70% of the ball at the Bernabeu. Forget about it.
Yes,
that's not going to happen.
They won't. Yeah, they won't.
Casemiro is going to dominate that midfield. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Putting the ball behind. I love Fernandinho. I'm a Brazilian fan. Fernandinho cannot cover that back line by himself. Otamendi is a disaster waiting to happen. Laporte is a disaster waiting to happen. Guys, it is all up to if Real Madrid really want to kill Man City. It's up to them.
And Real Madrid coming off a loss to Levante 1-0.
Can they get ready for City?
Man City coming off a victory against Leicester City in the EPL. Man City brass this week said they will fight this suspension in the UEFA Champions League, so they have extra motivation to try to go ahead and win this thing this year. And ultimately...
Hold on, who said that? Who said that? The brass?
The brass.
I'd never seen the brass kick a ball yet. So
they will fight this suspension tooth and nail. But big football game, football lovers, Wednesday, Real Madrid hosts Man City at 3 p.m. inside the Bernabeu. This is the Stars will be on the great stage.
I tell you, the champagne buckle fizz out.
The champagne football.
So who you think will win?
You know, going into the game, going into yesterday, I thought that it's Real Madrid's game to win. But after the loss yesterday to Levante, and with Hazard picking up that injury, I think, and then also another bit of news, Rodrigo, I don't know if they will call him up, so he could be an asset for them. I don't know, to be honest with you. I really don't know. Both teams can have that special moment. I really don't know. But what I'm looking forward to is a good game. It should be a good game. It should be a big game. It should be a big game. Come on, Lisa, did you see that goal them allow against Levante yesterday? Yes, come on, we see the goal. We see the goal. Geraldo Haynes says, if Madrid beats City over 2 leg, me I go park the car and walk to work for for a week.
Say that again.
He says
If Madrid
beat City over 2 legs, he will park the car and walk to work for a week.
screenshot taken.
How far is your work from home there, Geraldo? I think that's the question we'd like to know.
You know what, Geraldo? Invite Hazard to forward with you to walk to work. You can use it.
And all right, segueing from...
But hold on. Odean says that Barca still on defense issue, but Barca should win 2-1. Messi is the GOAT for one reason, because no player in history of the game that scored 40 plus and over 18 assists per season that justified.
Okay.
He also said he's from Clarendon, but Humble Lion or Waterhouse and Portmore can win. And also watching Portmore the other night, I was upset with Bibby. He caused Portmore to lose the game in Scotia Champions League. We're coming to that.
Now let's segue to our yard ball segment. Thank you, Adian, for setting that up for us. And before I segue to yard ball segment, Adian, Messi is not the GOAT. Come on, Messi is not the GOAT. The greatest baller is the one, Mr. Diego Cokehead Armando Maradona. The general. We don't talk about you. All right, now segue to Jamaican football, aka yard ballers. Darren Mattocks was in the news this week, and it's a serious situation with Darren. Darren is a player with FC Cincinnati. To kind of do an overview of what transpired with Darren, Darren has been charged, have 2 felony charges filed against him. 1 for filing an incomplete insurance claim, and 2 for theft by deception. He has an arraignment coming up on February 27. And this is reported by Jeff Carlisle of ESPN. And to kind of give football fans an overview of what transpired based on the court records and some of the documents in the case, you know, Darren Mattocks apparently owned a BMW. He had an accident, hit a patch of ice somewhere in Philadelphia. The insurance had lapsed on the car at the time. At least according to the court documents, insurance had lapsed on the car at the time. He waited a few days, added new insurance onto the car, and then tried to file a claim to cover that accident on this car. Junior, this sounds like a very serious situation for Darren. And his lawyer, you know, put out a statement, and I'll try to get that statement up for you. But Junior, your thoughts on this whole thing?
I think it's very unfortunate. I blame direction. I'm not going to get into the passa of the situation, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with the facts on this one. And I think it's unfortunate. I think it's poor direction. I think his situation is his situation. This is off the field. We enter into a legal territory. My only advice to other players or other people out there, learn from his mistake. It's a mistake. Learn from his mistake. I don't think there's no getting around it. I don't think he can get off. Money. If he has the money and the resources, he probably can help himself and get as lenient as possible of punishment. But people out there, learn the law. If you're trying to do something that in the back of your mind, everybody has that queasy feeling, this don't feel right, verify.
Darren Mattocks' lawyer David Schrager issued a following statement, quote, "My client respects both the laws of both his native country and the United States. He has never been in any kind of criminal trouble whatsoever in his life, and this matter is merely a misunderstanding regarding insurance laws here in Pennsylvania. We look forward to clearing up this matter. We have been cooperating with the courts and we continue to do so. We look forward to resolving this matter expeditiously," end quote. You know, I just hope, and Camon says Darren want beaten. He makes so much money but yet have no insurance on his car. Madness. Our players need to do better. Hopefully he'll be fine. And hopefully this issue will get resolved. Hopefully we'll chop up to some sort of, you know, misunderstanding, as his lawyer said, and it will go away and he can get back to playing football. There was a $50,000 bail posted, and so he has an arraignment on February 27, which is Thursday, I think, of this week. And an arraignment is a formal legal terms where you go into court and the formal charges are read against or will be read against you. and he enters a plea. We just hope for the best, family. Lawyer, take care of this thing, yeah, brother. And Darren, just hang in there, family, and learn from this thing, yeah. Come on, says, do you think this will affect his football career?
Of course.
And Junior?
Of course. Because normally when anytime a player gets into any real legal trouble, you can talk about Joey Barton, Marlon King, all these players, they have to rally back to their hometown to rejuvenate their career, right?
Okay.
RSPL is not going to rejuvenate anybody's career on an international stage, especially at this age. So yes, it affects his career. Yes, I'm going to say that, come on. It affects his career. He is a Jamaican national. Is he an American citizen?
No, he's to my knowledge, he's on a resident.
To my knowledge, he's right. Yeah, so he is done in America. He's a felon, assuming that they find him guilty.
Yeah, but
if they find him not guilty and figure out some way to write it off the books, fine. But how many teams out there are willing to roll the dice on a player that has such poor judgment at this age?
And hopefully, the lawyer and the powers to be that we can work out some sort of deal, get this thing reduced from a felon to misdemeanor charges, and hopefully, this thing will go away. But Come On says, even though the coach of FC said he's no longer in his plans, well, that coach at FC Cincinnati is no longer there, so maybe he will be okay. Fernando Adi also got into some trouble, and that didn't end his career, Junior. So let's see. Maybe hope for the best regarding Jamaican Drogba, Darren Mattocks.
Yeah.
He was cut by FC Cincinnati, but Columbus crew picked him up. Thank you, come on. He got charged with DUI. That is Fernando Adi. Junior, Darren Mattocks, family hold the fiat. Good luck to you, and we just pray and hope for the best for you, brethren.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Reggae Girls, and Odian says hope him put himself in a better position by doing the right thing. Reggae Girls Junior, the under 20 team. The Reggae Girls drew 4-4 with Guatemala. Junior, I can't beat kids.
I won't
beat kids because these are young ladies, children who are playing sports. Junior, your thoughts? You watched the game. Well, 1 minute you clicked off. You were so upset when they were down 3-0.
And I was so happy to come back.
And you were so happy to come back. But did you see enough from this team to think that they could be competitive? And, maybe the goal of this objective is to get to the 2020 World Cup. The U20 World Cup, 2 teams from CONCACAF get to it. The top 3 from each group goes to the round of 16, and 4 teams from the qualifying stage will also make it to the round of 16. There are 4 groups in this phase of the competition being held in Dominican Republic, and then of course once you go to the round of 16, the knockout games. Junior, your assessment on the play?
I said it last week. I said it the week before. After the disappointment of the Olympic qualifying of the Reggae Girls, I am going to look at anything from Jamaican football as a national stage as a per game basis.
Yeah.
The girls, to my knowledge, didn't prepare well. They weren't well prepared, well coached.
Yeah.
So on that game, as usual, Jamaica showed flashes of brilliance where I can be down 3-0 and I show youthful ignorance and treat it like it's still 0-0.
Yeah,
and score. So those are good qualities to have. Now, you said that the objective of this thing is to qualify by being in the top 2. No, let's simplify. The objective of this thing is to play 45 minutes consistent.
Yeah, okay, play the game.
Play your first half consistent, play your second half consistent. That should be the objective of the Jamaican football team.
Okay.
So get there first, and I think that is the mentality that they should have, and for all the programs should have that.
Okay. Dwight Spence says DUI is a misdemeanor. Dwight says DUI is a misdemeanor. So we want to clear that up, Dwight. Another player was charged with a DUI, and yes, it's a misdemeanor. Regarding Darren Mattocks, he was charged with felony, which is incomplete in filing incomplete insurance claim and theft by deception, and so those were felony charges.
AKA scamming.
I'm not gonna say that word.
It is what it is.
Regarding football families, talking about the Reggae Girls online says, come on, says, I'm optimistic regarding the girls, impressed with the U20, the battle from 3-0 down to 4-3. So I was impressed. I was happy for what they did. I mean, we'll see how they go from here and how they push on. There's an issue here though with, you know, Jody Brown picked up maybe cramps later on in the game, and hopefully she was the star of the show later on that game, and hopefully she'll be ready for the next game. Marlon Frey is also a player who was outstanding. She scored some goals.
Just give me 45 minutes, man.
Just give you 40. FC Cincinnati is a mess. That's exactly right, Dwight. The team is a mess with the head coach being resigning. But aside from that, Dwight, you know, Darren Mattox got these issues independent of FC Cincinnati. So that's another thing there. Red Stripe Premier League. Yard ball time regarding Jamaican football. Malines, to update the fans, Malines played Arnett Garden last Monday. The game tied 2-2. Now, it's been found out that Arnett Garden used an ineligible player, Mr. Ricardo Oldham, who was not supposed to have played in that game. So Malines won a game finally, Junior. Malines was awarded that victory 3-0. We're now hovering above the relegation zone.
Yeah, like you said, we, but keep we as in you, not we
now,
as in us.
We're now hovering above the relegation zone as usual. Junior, but, you know, right now there's 7 rounds left in the RSPL, and it's all about pushing for the playoffs. You know, Tivoli Garden is engaged in a big game against Waterhouse. Tivoli's on the cusp of that playoff spot. They need these points to try to get into that playoff spot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your thoughts? It's all about Mount Pleasant. You know, a listener asked about Mount Pleasant possibly winning this thing. Do you think Mount Pleasant can do it?
Why not? I really don't see why not. I don't see Waterhouse separating themselves. I see Portmore being inconsistent. Why not? Why can't Mount Pleasant catch Cat Lightning and Buckle? And why can't they? It's all about consistency at the end of the day. And I'm not trying to speak in general terms, but it's so hard because the RSPL because of the parity in the league. It is so hard. It's so inconsistent that you have to almost wait until playoff time. It's
hard to predict, yeah.
You have to fight to make it to the playoff and then hope that you can play a string of games consistently. Yeah. And that's where we are with RSP.
And Arnett Garden will play Mount Pleasant at 8 p.m. This game is live on Island Sports Network page, YouTube page. Dwight Spence says from Cavalier, meaning is it that Tivoli will get into that slot from Cavalier. It's a tight push for that top 6 goes on to the playoff.
But remember, Dunby Holden is right there, 2 points ahead.
Trying to get you some more comments here. Cove Paul says, good team, just need preparation regarding the Reggae Girls. Come on, Lee says, outstanding. Benton, stop it. And she said, Arnett, coach is a bug. Why is the coach a bug? Come on. And come on says that, you know, my line still down a gully. I need to stop it. All right. Norman Campbell and Dwight Atkinson, the Cavalier, the best teenage talents. From Dwight Spence on Island Sports Network. And I agree. Norman Campbell definitely looks like a good prospect. Dwayne Atkinson looks very good also. I'm curious to see how Mount Pleasant go about this, Junior. I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see if they push it on. For me, with the RSPL, it's all about these big boys in this thing, the Waterhouse and the Portmore around the world. And we'll get to Portmore in the CONCACAF Champions League in a second, but it's about whether these teams, the Waterhouse and Portmore, really want to win this thing. Because Mount Pleasant can try all they want.
So you're really overlooking Mount Pleasant?
I am overlooking Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
They might change the coach before the final. I guarantee they might change the coach before the finals. And say it, you heard it here first.
One thing, no, they have bought their way to the top.
I'm not gonna say they bought. And Common says Cavaliers better than Tivoli. But Mount Pleasant might change the coach before the finals. They have a coach for regular season, a coach for playoffs.
and a coach for press conferences.
And a coach for press conference. All right. Now, as we push on home and try to wrap up our show, but quickly, Portmore United, big bad Portmore, and the CONCACAF Champions League at home against Cruz Azul. Led 1-0. You know, we were celebrating, those of us who were watching the game, we were celebrating an upset over the big Mexican side, Cruz Azul. Then we got into the 92nd and 93rd minute, and Cruz Azul scored 2 goals with 10 men. They had used up all their sub. They had an injury and a player had to come off. Junior, what kind of foolishness happened in that game? Coach Bibby Gardner said that the referee gave overtime.
What happened in that game is that I saw a bunch of players that got tired and resorted to bad behavior or resorted to comfort. It's almost like when you're playing scrimmage football on a Sunday evening, and when the game about to be finished, you get tired and you try to start on everybody and try to shift on the field. Fandangles. Because you just get tired. And that's what I saw. I saw a team that thought that their 90 minutes of work was done. I forgot we had another 5 to 10 minutes.
Now, do you give Portmore a chance going to Cruz Azul on Tuesday, Junior?
Are you crazy? You can slap a bull on the butt once. You're not going to be able to slap the bull on the butt twice. You slap the bull and the bull turn around. No, you're not getting another chance. You wake them up, as far as I'm concerned.
Come on, says if they lose, Bibi should quit. Pick up and go on. I'm sensing a little bit of harsh there from Come on. Bibi has done well with this outfit, right? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to convince myself they've done well. But good luck to you, football family. Portmore, they will play on Tuesday against Cruz Azul as they go to Mexico down 2-1.
And let me just go through this. Dwight Spence on Island Sports Network said that the Reggae Girls will make the knockout stage. Odain says that even though I never liked what Captain used to do, but at least Captain was trying his best. Dwight also said, what do you think of the 17-year-old Dwayne Busy Atkinson from Cavalier?
I haven't watched Busy Atkinson. Send me a video there.
Dwight, what do you think about Dwayne? Because do you think he can translate his game to the national program, which is what everybody strives to do?
Come on, says Portmore is picking up a baker's dozen in Mexico on Tuesday.
Yeah, half a dozen at least.
And football family, I think Portmore is a Waterhouse fan, so watch those comments.
And then Dwight also said that Shandy James is an outstanding match from the 21-year-old. What we're going to do is definitely... What? Coppa Italia on Island Sports Network. I just saw a message from Island Sports Network. Coppa Italia is on Island Sports Network.
Wait.
Okay. Is that breaking news?
That's breaking news.
So you like it?
That would be nice for Island Sports Network.
Dwight, don't worry. We're going to be featuring some of the young ballers coming up real soon. We're going to reach out to some of the young players and make it available for them to come on and, talk about their strides and what they're going through. So look out for that feature coming up real soon to the Yard Ballers segment.
Engineer, the show went real long. We got to do a quickly preview and prediction segment. No Yardy abroad this week. Come on is on vacation. Next week we'll have Yardy.
Come on said that Dwayne is a good prospect. He played youth games.
Yeah. And watch out for Camon's Corner coming down this coming week as she have a lot to talk about. So clear her mind. All right, big predictions coming down the pipe. And Island Sports Network is beating us. Caribbean only breaking news. Coppa Italia for Caribbean audience only. So those of us who are foreign, pay for your subscriptions.
Yeah, go pay for your subscriptions. And let me just we got to let people know this. Today we had an issue with Restream. It is not representative of anything from Island Sports. It is a Restream issue.
Our ball chat.
Yeah. It's a Restream issue. So Coppa Italia on Island Sports Network only for Caribbean audience.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Big games coming down the pipe. Let's do our quickly preview and prediction segment. Junior, El Clasico is the big game next week across the football world. Real Madrid versus Barcelona. 1 versus 2 in La Liga. Both teams will be coming off Champions League. Quick prediction as we're pushing up against the clock. How much will Real Madrid get? How much will Barcelona get? Or it will be a draw?
I think that's a tame 3-3 draw.
A tame 3-3 draw. Okay, Julia. And this game is at the Bernabeu.
3-3.
All right. In Italy, Juventus versus Inter
Hold
Milan.
on, who you think will win?
I'm going with Barcelona. Hell no. Hell no. Barcelona. I'll be shocked if Barcelona go to the Bernabeu and win this game. Barcelona with Gerard Piqué defending.
So we say winning?
Real Madrid.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Barcelona will not win in the Bernabeu. And if next week, if they do win after the show, I'll apologize to all the Q's Barcelona fans there. But, not with Gerard Piqué defending. Come on.
Will you wear a Barcelona jersey next week?
I do have a Barcelona jersey, but I don't want to waste time on that. All right, other big games coming down the pike. Juve versus Inter Milan. 1 versus 3 in Syria. 1 versus 3 in Syria. Come on, says Barca will win 3-1. A surprise, really? That's a shocker.
Okay.
Juventus versus Inter Milan, Junior.
Juve all the way.
Juventus all the way.
Ronaldo lives for games like this.
Do you ever pick anybody else other than Ronaldo teams?
Hell no. Hell no. Why would I pick against Ronaldo?
The first, come on, says
you think will win?
Inter needs a win. Inter desperately needs a win.
So it's
a draw. It's a draw. Inter desperately needs a win. It's a draw.
Lukaku going to score? I think that's a bigger question.
Lautaro Martinez probably will score.
will Lukaku score?
No, don't worry about it. First final of the year in English football. League Cup. Aston Villa versus Man City next Sunday, 11:30 a.m.
Why is that a part of the preview?
This should be a baptism, right?
Next question.
6-0. 6-0. But, Jack Grealish and Aston Villa might be interesting.
Jack Grealish going to be tired. He might have cramps by the 45th minute running down the ball.
Wrapping up the show with preview and prediction segment. Big bad Manchester United pushing for Champions League spot. Junior, you're the Manchester United fan. You guys play Everton next week at Everton. Will Everton upset you guys?
At Everton?
Yeah.
Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin scares the hell out of me.
Calvert-Lewin, who probably should have been bug of the week for missing some of the chances.
Yeah, but they scare. Richarlison scares the hell out of me. I was hoping that Barcelona would find some clause in Richarlison contract and buy him this week because I don't want to face
it. All right,
it.
just easy. Please.
But
come on, says Man City will beat Aston Villa 5-0.
I think that's going to be a draw game.
You're hoping for a draw.
I'm hoping for a draw. But I expect Everton to win.
Hoping for a draw. Everton, Andre Gomez returned today from that horrific...
You know what? No. Because Everton will attack Manu. And Manu will kill him on the counter-attack. Manu all the way. Only at the wheel.
And Igalo is still sitting on the bench.
Only at the wheel.
Igalo is still sitting on the bench. Football family, come on, Lee says Everton will win 3-2.
We have another breaking news. CONCACAF Scotiabank Champions League, Portmore United versus Cruz Azul on Island Sports, February 25th at 10 p.m. Eastern, Caribbean only. So let's pull back on what we said earlier. It's going to be a riveting game. Portmore has a chance to overturn it. So everybody tune into Island Sports, February 25th, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Tuesday.
Watch it. Portmore United, Portmore for sure. They're going to represent my old city and win in Mexico.
Okay. I mean, good luck to you, Portmore. Good luck. But, I think you blew it in the beginning there. Football family, we want to apologize for the technical issues with our video. As we said, that there was an issue on Restream, and hopefully we'll get this all sorted out by next week again. We thank you guys for joining us. Junior, this is it now.
This is it.
I
will promise next week the show will be 1 hour.
Yeah, but it was a lively and interactive discussion. You can link us on social media, Ball Chat Podcast on Instagram, Ball Chat 1 on Twitter, Ball Chat at Facebook. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. You can listen to the audio version of the show, which will be up in the next 24 hours on iHeartRadio Junior, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, anywhere you get your podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, the whole works. Junior, I'm tired.
Before we leave,
I am tired, man.
Odian says this: Aston Villa will win. Who Aston Villa play against?
Against Manchester City.
In the League Cup finals, where Pep can stack his trophy room, right? Odian, I must say this right now. If Aston Villa win next week, I want you to call in. And if you can't call in, I'm going to call you on the show and I want you to guest host with us next week. What do you think, Benton?
Okay, that's fine. That's a brave man.
Odian, I'm putting it out there next week.
Wait, does he know who they're playing though? It's Aston Villa versus Man City.
Leave him alone. Okay. If Aston Villa win next week, Odian will be guest hosting the show next week with us.
Pure Vida says Portmore will get 3-0 in Mexico. Only 3?
I am not saying that. Watch it on Island Sports this week. We will see.
Weird. So Odian is saying that Villa will beat Man City. I guess because of the Champions League and Aston Villa doesn't have any games this week. So Manchester City playing Champions League against Real Madrid. I'm trying to explain away his prediction here.
Jack Grealish is going to score a double. Odian will be guest host of the show next week.
Now,
so Odian, forward next week, ready for host the show.
Now Odian is smoking something because now Odian says Portmore is winning on penalties.
Odian will be hosting the show for the whole month.
Alright, football family, like us on all the social media platforms. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Ball Chat Podcast, and also our Facebook platform. Yo, Junior, we're going on the road in a brother.
We're on the road, and I'm going to cuss off Restream right now. I'm sorry for the person in the chat room.
Go on the road,
Later.
family.